I just did a new video talking about these teens be released. 3 teens, having the charges against them dropped. The 2 male teens and Kara Murphy. And I got to tell you, when you look at that video, I mean, that is no joke. That is no joke. You hurt that poor girl. They hurt that poor girl because they didn't like her, and they're getting away with it. Those teens should still be going to trial. And I'll tell you, when you see something like this happening, that you're seeing right here on YouTube, because now it's allowed to be on YouTube, I'm hoping that there's going to be our federal government needs to get involved, because this is wrong. Our federal government needs to get involved because the state is wrong for dropping the charges against 3 of the 18 so far. This is wrong. This is why our judicial system stinks like it does. And to sit there and see that possibly you could see the other 5 girls possibly be released or come back being found not guilty possibly now. This just justifies nothing. Kara Murphy looks like a celebrity now for being a part of an attempted murder. She was part of an abduction. She was a part of assault. She was a part of assault and battery. She was a part of attempted murder. For Pete's sake. And I can never stop saying how this is attempted murder. And yet we're seeing these teens released. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable what our judicial system has become. I remember I said this already on an earlier video that's posted up on that's going to be posted up on my YouTube. But I remember when the cops against Rodney King were found not guilty, there was something wrong there. Even though there was something on the camera that the media did not show, that would later on be shown when the second trial was going on with Rush Limbaugh. When Limbaugh had his own TV show that showed Rodney King, who was high as a kite, he was a drunk, he was stopped. This would not be a first offense against Rodney King, and it wouldn't be his last offense either. Rodney King was made into a celebrity. These cops handled their job totally wrong. The first hit, when Rodney King got up and lunged after one of them, was fine. But the rest of the time, you did not need to be sitting there beating him with flashlights. And what led to the LA riots, Reginald Denny, hell, he has no record as far as being a criminal. He was a responsible father, and he was working when you saw all these hoods pull him out of his truck and beat the hell out of him. That was wrong. And that beating does not compare to Rodney King. And yet when that trial went on, all those guys were found not guilty. And you saw almost dancing and bickering in the street between races. One looking at them because they're black and they shouldn't have this happen to them. Well, if Rodney King was found guilty, guilty of what he'd done to lunge after the officers, and the officers were found guilty, these guys should still be in prison today. Look at what those boot camp officers did in Florida to kill a 14-year-old kid with a nurse looking on and a nurse checking to see if the kid was still alive when they killed that kid. A year later, they all were found not guilty. And that was wrong. Look at how our country has made Michael Schiavo into a hero for killing his wife. And there are people who side with Michael Schiavo. And everyone knows the story there. How the heck do you call Terry Schiavo's own family, the Schindlers, the selfish ones, when all they wanted was her daughter? And all Michael Schiavo wanted was the money. And now you got this. 3 teens. The two male kids who were responsible for the kidnapping and Cara Murphy were released. Cara Murphy is all smiles, and she wants to show how apologetic she is. How she feels she's won something. Well, she's all happy and everything, while Victoria Lindsay still suffers. And when you look at this video here, this is despicable. Absolutely despicable. This is despicable of our judicial system. And just like I said on my show this past week, the Wacko Weekly, I gotta say this. Who in their right mind is going to sit there and look at this and say, well, this is okay? If those other 5 teens wind up coming off without doing any time, and they get acquitted, or they get the charges against them dropped, I hope Victoria Lindsay and her family get a lot of money from each one of them, each one of those kids and their families. And I hope they get a lot of money from whoever was investigating this case, because this is more a miscarriage of justice than anything I've ever seen before. This is despicable to look at. Now it's okay to see it on YouTube. Why? Because charges are slowly but surely being dropped. All this does is it shows that it's okay for the degenerates in this world to get off with whatever they do. We got to really look at our judicial system. And honestly, we need to write our congressmen, and we need to write to our federal government, and we need to write to our state Supreme Court. We need to write to Governor Charlie Crist, and we want to know why these teens were released. Why were 3 of these teens released? Why is Victoria Lindsay going to be the only one who suffers here? Anyways, catch me on the Wacko Weekly. We'll definitely have to dive more into this issue. I thought we would move on a little more. We are going to be next week when we do have a military soldier on who spent some time in Iraq. I'm hoping to have him on. Nothing's etched in stone yet. But check it out for sure. It's going to be something to see. That's every Saturdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also check out the archive we did. We're going to involve Victoria Lindsay at www.blogtalkradio.com/thedarkmatch. Check it out. Enjoy. This is not the week to be a representative of Florida, I'll tell you that much.